Hi dear students, welcome back to another session of English. In the last session, we started with chapter 2, section 1, Redwoods, the super trees. We were discussing the chapter and we have come halfway through the chapter. Let's continue and finish the chapter today. Let's start. The team learned that there are several factors that make these trees hardy. One is that they contain compounds called polyphenols which keeps bugs and decay-causing fungi away. So dear students, here the team came to know about many qualities of the redwood trees. The first factor is that a compound called polyphenol is present in it which keeps the bugs and decay-causing fungi away. Let's continue. This makes these trees highly rot resistant. Another factor is that they do not have a lot of resin in their bark. So, larger redwoods are highly resistant to fire too. The second factor or the quality of the redwood tree is they don't have lot of resins. Now, what does resins mean? Resins are sticky substances produced by some trees. Now, our redwood tree does not have it, and so larger redwoods are highly resistant of fire too. Now, there is an image that is taken from your English textbook. A woman hugs a redwood tree in the Redwood National Park in Northern California. So, from this pic we can actually come to know about the size of the redwood trees. The trees are so huge. Let's go forward. Because of these two factors, which two factors? The first one is the presence of the compound polyphenol which keeps it rot resistant, and the other is the less quantity of resins which make it fire resistant. These trees are naturally equipped to fight the two major threats faced by most other trees, that is rot and wildfire. Let's move to the next paragraph. Perhaps the most amazing thing about redwoods is their ability to produce sprouts whenever the living tissue just beneath the bark is exposed to the light. So dear students, we can say the most amazing feature of a redwood is when the living tissue or the area just beneath the bark come in contact with the sunlight, then it produces sprouts. Let's move forward. If the top breaks off or a limb gets cut, a new branch will sprout from the wound and grow quickly. So students, when the top breaks or is cut, a new branch will sprout from the wound very quickly. Throughout the forest, you can find stumps with a cluster of second generation trees around their bases. So, in this forest, you will also find stumps. Now, what is stump? Stumps means the bottom part of a tree left in the ground after the rest has been cut down. And the second generation trees. Now, what are second generation trees? These are the trees that come up naturally after removal of the first growth by cutting or by fire. Let's move to the next paragraph. Sometimes when a living tree is knocked over, it tries to continue growing. The limbs turning up will turn into trees in time. Students, when any living tree is fallen, then also it tries to grow by the limbs or the branches pointing up, and it will turn into a tree later on. Let's continue to read. Most other trees produce the seeds that help them to produce new plants, but The redwood cones are tiny and produce seeds infrequently. So, stump sprouting has been the key to the survival of the redwoods. So children, you know, most of the trees produce seeds and these seeds produce a new plant. But in case of redwood trees, the stump sprouting or the growing of a new plant from the stumps is the key of survival. Let's move to the next paragraph. Stephen C. Sillett, an expert on redwoods, told the team that a tree's annual rate of wood production increases with age for at least 1,500 years. In this paragraph, we come to hear from an expert. According to Stephen C. Sillett, an expert of redwoods, the annual rate of wood production increases with the age of 1,500 years, and you may know the age of any redwood tree is between 800 years to 1,500 years. Let's continue. More importantly, the older it gets, the more high quality, rot resistant hardwood it puts on. Here, the hardwood is, or the hard older inner layer of the wood becomes of high quality and rot resistant as it grows older. Let's go to the last paragraph of the chapter. In other words, redwoods produce more wood and better wood as they become older. This is said to be true for the tallest eucalyptus trees in Australia too, and it may be true for other trees around the world. So dear students, redwood produce more and better wood as they grow older. It is true for the eucalyptus also, and so we can say for other trees as well. Let's continue to read. This convinced Mike Fay that people, wildlife and perhaps even the planet could benefit from a little care and a different kind of forestry in which forests are not completely flattened. From all this, Mike Fay put up his opinion that by giving a bit more care to the forest and trees, we can actually make a better place for us to live. This article is adapted from Redwoods, The Super Trees by Joel Barn in National Geographic Magazine, October 2009. Now, one thing which we forgot is the image. This is also another image that is taken from your textbook. What is it of? It is of dense coastal redwood forest in Redwood National Park, California, showing a fallen tree that has become a nurse log for new plant growth. So here we finish the chapter. The chapter was difficult and I have tried to make it clear to you point by point. That's all for today. Bye and have a nice day.